we are back at the table with another exciting episode of Crit Happens. I'm the Bubbernaut. This is my cast and crew. Say hi, guys.
Hello, I'm Siege.
Moxie.
Digit.
One Cruel Tactics. Thank you.
No, that's not you.
You don't have
cruel?
it. You don't have a tag name. His
Damn it, Hunter!
Why not two cruel tactics?
That is good. I'll keep that in mind, CJ.
That's Devin.
That's
That is Devin.
Hi, Devin.
I'm new here.
We'll figure out a handle for you just yet. I have not been completely instructed on the events that are going on today, but our arbiter, Hunter, has more or less, I guess he's got it figured out. He's going to give me some directions or tell me what the hell is going on. I don't know. You tell me, and keep us up to pace, Hunter. Can you do that?
Yeah. So to people who are new to the show, Hunter is me. I am Digit. I'm also Hunter. I am both of those things.
He is he.
He's the hunted digit.
Yeah. Missing digit, etc. Anyway.
Did you just go full Italian?
Maybe I did. I don't know.
That was intense.
This is
I'm
an awkward
sorry.
banter.
I'll try to bring it back. But anyway, back on topic because I'm really bad doing that too. I forgot what we're talking about. Oh yeah, the debate.
Okay, go on.
Yep. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of debate game today. You said it's called Debatable, Leslie?
No, I didn't say that actually.
didn't? Okay.
No.
That could
So
be
it's-
clever. Let's run with it.
No, we can't.
right.
That's what someone else calls it.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
That's where I was inspired to get the idea
So
from.
we're not calling it that. But if you want to go check something out that's similar, go check out that somewhere. Whatever. Anyway, so we're going to be doing two casts, about half an hour each, with two different topics.
We
So
call ourselves the master debaters.
I like that more.
premium.
Classy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's very us.
It is.
Yeah, go ahead, take over, Leslie.
For this debate, we're going to be going over mashed potatoes versus French fries.
All right, I know where I'm at on this one.
Yeah,
already.
I've
me
landed
too.
I've landed on a spot on this.
And then the second debate is going to be anime versus manga.
Got a pretty good idea where I'm at on that one as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yep. You can feel people just pushing up their glasses right now.
Right.
Okay.
It's go time.
What are the rules of this game?
The rules is we're going to yell at each other.
Why?
good
Because
rule.
we.
That's not a debate.
Well, I understand.
I live by that rule every day.
We can make the structure. The structure is one team gives their argument, the other team gives their argument, and then both teams give their closing arguments.
Okay.
That's the end of it. So very straightforward, back and forth, closing arguments, we're done. And
All right.
Digit here is going to be overseeing the debate.
All right, so what if he's extremely biased? What if he's I'm a big ass fan of mashed potatoes and I hate fries?
Well, we actually discussed this before the mics came on, so he's not.
Wait. Hold
It's
on.
actually for the listeners.
That's what I'm explaining to them.
Hold on, guys. I've got a really important question.
No, we're in
What
America.
structure?
We're in America. We don't need this to be balanced. Moving on.
Listen, we chose Digit to be our arbiter because he is never on either on one solid side of an
I
argument.
never have opinions about anything.
That's a lie.
That's 100%
Anyway,
a lie.
Yeah, it's
That's-
way
that's a
lie.
big lie.
More of a lie.
In my opinion, it's not.
He's
The
got you
lies
there.
run rampant today.
anyway,
This is not the debate we're mastering.
he's just going to have to stay neutral on the thing. He is not going to be giving an opinion on the subject matter. He is just going to make sure if one person's or one team or whatever is getting too unruly, he can go, okay, guys, calm down. And then he can kind of reset the conversation. Yes. And then he's also going to be watching the time to let us know when 15 minutes are up. And then that's that. He's going to make sure that both teams are going back and forth and getting their fair share of time on the mic to discuss and put forward their arguments.
Are you prepared for this, Digit? It's a big responsibility.
just gotta have to wing it.
I just knew this was happening 5 minutes ago, so I am absolutely
Perfect.
as prepared
Activate.
as possible.
Power up, if you will.
I mean, I go for it.
Okay,
Yes, what-
mashed potatoes versus French fries. Everybody says what side that they're on.
Do we flip a coin to see who goes first?
That's up to him. I don't
All
care
right,
who
maybe
goes
we can
first.
guess number 1 to 1,000.
Okay, well,
Anyway,
Devin,
maybe
go
we should just
first.
go around and say who. Okay.
we'll say what team we're on first. How about we do that? Devin, what team are you on?
Team French fry, ladies and gentlemen.
Team for try goes first. There we go.
Okay.
Good
David?
decision-making
Team
skills.
Jacob.
Oh my God, you too?
Okay, I'm on Team French Fry.
Siege?
Oh, I'm going with mashed potatoes.
Exactly, right? Moxie here, team mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Devin,
Well,
let's hear this.
Hold on. I think we should be gentlemen. We should be gentlemen here. On
What?
This,
No,
on
you
this-
don't get to decide. Digit gets to decide, and he
And
chose Devin.
He's the arbiter. He
Hold
doesn't
on.
get to declare what is gentlemanly and what is not. He declares.
We have 15 minutes.
Hold on. Let him finish.
That's right. You arbored it up over there, man. And
Good arbitering.
As gentlemen, we're going to pass the torch.
So that we may destroy your opinions.
Okay, it's
forthwith.
attorney. Step off the block.
So who's going first then?
Go
Arbiter.
ahead, Moxie.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give my reasons why I think mashed potatoes are superior to French fries. And then I'm going to let CJ give his argument as well. So mine's probably going to keep it right around 2 minutes or so. Plain and simple. French fries are great. I get it. They're wonderful. They're tasty. You can put salt on them, put cheese on them, dip them in top. They're great.
Wait,
They're
who
wonderful.
are you arguing for?
Hold on.
what I
This
thought.
is mine. This is my time. You
She's
back
trying to
up.
build us up to
Back
break
up.
us back down.
Back
Not
up.
very gentlemanly of you.
I don't have a
Rude ass.
penis.
It's still be gentleman.
It wouldn't be
Anyway.
a debate about mashed potatoes unless penises were mentioned.
That's right.
Let me come on, Arbiter, make them stop. Anyway, French fries, you dip them, you put on the side of some fish, you put on the side of hamburgers. Yeah, they're great. Now, mashed potatoes. All right? Mashed potatoes are like a delicacy compared to French fries. French fries are great. They're a good side. They're not a compliment. Mashed potatoes are a compliment
No one
to
can
food.
see the amount of head swiveling.
I'm
going on.
very serious
So-
about it.
So when you say this, then in particular, are you referring to all mashed potatoes, including the powdered mashed potatoes, or like just home?
If we're saying that, then
the
we're
finest
also
mashed potatoes.
including the bagged frozen French fries that we have to put in the oven. If we're including instant mashed potatoes,
Let's just say we're going with the best versions of both of this type of food.
yes, we'll
Okay.
say that.
So we're saying who can reach the highest heights?
Yeah, and which one's
Okay.
better overall? And I think mashed potatoes win that argument because they are the complement to food. You put them with food, you can put them on top of food, you can mix them in food, you can bake them. They're very simple to make. You don't have to bust out the oils and things like that to deep fry it at home, and they're better for you as well, depending on how you make them. They're very simple. Some butter, some salt, mix it together, mash, 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 done. That's it. That's all it takes. And I just, your turn. Come on, let's hear it.
Okay, so going off of what Moxie was here saying a little bit. So you've got French fries. French fries are great, but they are a complement to burgers, which are awesome. But
And
burger-
fish, like they're good. They're
Yeah.
they're a compliment
But-
to fish as
Ship
well.
off the fries. We got our argument here, okay?
But fries are meant for like just quick meals. Like you have a burger
Fries
and
need to know
fries.
their
You have
place in
like
this world.
fried fish and
Apparently.
fries. But mashed potatoes, and that goes with a dinner. Like if you're gonna have if you're like thinking like I'm having dinner tonight, like I'm having a homemade dinner, it's homemade mashed potatoes all the way.
Nobody says
fully
I'm having a
loaded.
homemade dinner and puts fries on that. Just saying.
I
My
mean,
mama does.
Nobody I like.
I go to college.
Good job.
I'm just saying. And then you say
said-
you go out and get a steak. What sides are you gonna pick?
No.
You've got
I'm not getting steak. Not for a long
He's
time.
in college.
So you saying that you're getting fries because it's what?
it's convenient and,
it's
cheap.
cheap?
Convenient.
Cheap?
I think there is no equivalency to be placed on either per se.
Then why are you debating?
I'm not. I'm just
He
speaking my
literally
mind.
just said that there's points to both, and you debated that.
Yes. But you're very strong at debating. Okay. Moving on to French fry side.
I
don't think he was
I
done.
did have more, but I
you?
mean it's fine.
It's
It's fine.
Oh, it's
you're
fine.
you're arbitering.
No,
you
no
butted in
passive
and
aggression in
arbited.
my court, damn
Go
it.
ahead,
You
say
finish
your
your
piece.
statement. You be content.
But going on with mashed potatoes, you can dress them up however you like. French fries, you dip them in whatever sauce you have handy.
Maybe some cheese and bacon on top,
Yeah.
and like that's as far as it goes.
You can with mashed potatoes, you mix in the bacon and the cheese, and it all blends together to make a flavor explosion in your mouth. Fries just can't reach that height.
They can't really though. Like to be honest, they can't.
And if you're not a fan of cheese and bacon on your potato, you've got gravy,
sour cream,
chives.
What's wrong with gravy?
nothing.
Gravy's delicious.
What are we saying
I
right
like
now?
how she immediately went on to gravy or past gravy right away.
I
No,
was
this is fine.
continuing saying other
Come on,
toppings.
keep going.
No, this is a good point in time because
No, I got it.
you've reached
That's my point here.
That's your
Yeah.
point? Is that you can, okay, so
It's a good point in time to move
our
on.
argument here, basically, from what I've gathered, is
Your
that-
argument, not counter
No, no, no,
argument.
no, no.
Your
Hold on,
argument.
wait.
It's group. Stop interrupting me.
You did
The
it,
argument
sir.
here is this: that you can put things on it to make it better.
No, you can put things
No,
in
no,
it.
no. You can put things on it or in it to make it better. So if that's how we're going to play this game,
No. The argument there is that when you're mixing other ingredients, other things in with it, it blends better than if you do that with fries.
I've heard the
But mashed potatoes by on their own are
Hold on,
amazing.
CJ. I've heard the main argument was like this is its own thing that it can work as a side and by itself.
Sure.
Without having to be
Yeah.
specifically something.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the crazy thing about it. Like, you were talking about adding it to something because it can do that. Have you ever heard of poutine?
No.
Are you familiar
Yes,
with poutine?
yes, I know what poutine
Okay,
is.
all right. What goes on poutine? Why don't you, can you tell me?
Toppings.
Toppings? What is poutine?
I have no
It's
idea.
French fries
Oh.
and cheese curds and gravy.
Yeah. Oh, where is that basically like a national food of?
Canada.
That's right. It's like a whole food selection of all of Canada. Now I know.
Sounds
I'm not gonna
awful, to be
stand-
honest.
No, it's good.
It's amazing.
It's good.
It's pretty amazing.
Don't help them.
I'm
No, I'm not gonna lie.
stand
Like,
on
it's
this
good
pedestal
food.
and say
French
that my
fries are
argument
good.
It's not similar to
not
that
mashed
of yours.
potatoes.
But when you get down to the nitty and gritty of it, they didn't know what to do with their bad potatoes, so they boiled them, they mashed them, and they stuck them in a stew.
And they became delicious.
They became smash. They literally they didn't know what else to do with it. Like, well, I mean, they already look pretty rough. Let's just hope for the best. Let's just hope for the best. And then
Is this a history
we're
lesson
gonna
on the
put some-
potato? Is this
we're gonna
something
put
you?
some bacon in it and some sour cream in it and then some cheese on it.
Bob, could you please describe your hand motions to the audience? No one's experiencing.
I had a masher in my hand and I was rigorously mashing, almost in a masturbatory motion.
Thank you very much.
But their argument is that mashed potatoes are good as a side, as the main dish, even if you put something in it. I'm not saying that it's not.
We're saying
My
it's a
argument-
better complement and it's more universal. That's
I don't
our
think so.
argument.
We live
All right,
in
yeah.
we live in
We
America.
live. This is 2016 in America.
In America, and as millennials,
everywhere.
it's not even just millennials, like even baby boomers, they grew up with things such as McDonald's. They grew up with White Castle, the Burger King.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Would you rather have McDonald's and fries or a home cooked meal with mashed potatoes?
Better question: when you're out on a drive and you can't get a home cooked meal and mashed potatoes,
It's not about
it's you're hungry in this point. You don't have time to. Oh, better yet, it's your break at lunch. It's your break at work. You're going to lunch. You're like, I can't go home and make a home cooked meal. What's convenient? What is always convenient all over the world?
And you know what kind
I
of
get
variety?
tacos.
You know what kind of variety I get? I can go to McDonald's and I get silly ass, just some plain basic ass bitch fries with like overabundance of salt. Then I've got those nice crinkle boys that I can pick up at Wendy's. I can go to White Castle and I can get them super seasoned. I can go to Steak and Chicken. I can get shoestring.
You can go
I
to Arby's and
Rally's.
get them curly.
Curly. You know what I get in mashed potatoes? Mashed fucking potatoes. That's what I get.
Yeah,
It's
they
just mashed potatoes.
they don't need to get fancy. They're good enough as is.
Yeah, they really are though.
Also,
That's
a
the
lie.
thing is, they're supposed to be good enough as is, as a side, as a complement to a primary dish that is already good.
But fries
And
are
what are
not a
fries?
compliment. They are a side.
nobody-
Strictly
Correct.
side.
But hold on, hold it for it. A dinner at one of these fancy establishments that we call like Burger King at Wendy's. How is it a full meal with just a sandwich?
It's not.
It's not.
You gotta have French fries. I'm just saying.
When you order a number 6 from a restaurant
Yeah.
that's like McDonald's or Burger King, what does that come with typically?
It comes with a burger and fries.
Why is that a full meal?
Well, because they complement everything. No
because
matter-
they're cheap.
No, not because they're cheap, but because potatoes are a staple to meal in general. It's been that way for a long time. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and pull back to my predecessors or anything, or people from opposite countries and continents, but are you familiar with the terminology of fish and chips?
I already said they're a compliment to fish. Thank you very much.
The people who pioneer fish and chips, you know what a chip is?
Pioneer.
It's a French fry.
That's right. That's fucking right. It's their best dish. Their best dish is not just fish, not just chips, but it's fish and chips. French fries go a goddamn far fucking way. That
No.
being said, hold the phone. Hold the
Matter of
phone.
fact, they
You're
got
running out of
everywhere.
time,
You're
sir.
getting close. Getting
There
close.
are
Wrap it up.
restaurants that go out of their way to make the French fry just more than them basic bitch potatoes that we're used to. Let's talk
You have
about
to really
sweet potato
reach to
fries.
make them over mashed potatoes. That's all I'm saying. You have to really reach for it.
Hold on. Let him finish. You have
Black
like
Swan.
20 seconds.
Black Swan Brew Pub. When you go and you order French fries, what kind of French fries would you like? What kind of oil would you like us to use? Because we can give you a different kind of oil. What kind of salt? Did you want salt on it at all? Maybe we can put some Parmesan on there. What kind of aioli would you like with your French fries? What do you want with your mashed potatoes? Butter. Salt. It's been that way for a long time. That's some
Butter,
basic
salt,
shit.
pepper, gravy, bacon, chives.
Sour
cream.
cream,
All right.
cheese.
So we're reaching about 15 minutes, so I'm going to cut it off, and we're going to go into closing arguments. So, Leslie, go ahead and...
Why don't you start, Siege? I started last time.
Got 1 minute, go.
All right. So, all in all, mashed potatoes are amazing by themselves. I've had meals of just mashed potatoes. I don't ever go out and just buy fries anywhere.
Because you can't make
No,
fries.
closing.
Oh, I can make fries. All you have to do is go get a deep fryer.
Bullshit.
Hold on.
But I don't. Not only on top of that, mashed potatoes are better for you. What
Now,
are
we're not-
fries? They are deep fried. They are fried in hot oil. That's not good for the body. Delicious, but not good. For
I'm
you.
not saying that French fries aren't
You need
delicious.
to help him.
Okay, I'm going.
drowning.
Hold on. I'm not saying French fries aren't delicious. They're great. Everybody loves French fries. And yes, even I've had French fries. I've gone out and gotten my French fries. They're great. They're wonderful. I'm just saying mashed potatoes are a compliment. They're better food. And I say they're more versatile because you could just put toppings on your fries. They are not a meal in themselves. You take a potato and you mash it. That can be itself. That can be its own meal. It is a complement to food. It is the better of the two.
All right. Closing arguments
Simpler.
for this side. Devin, you start because you talked the least.
All right. Well, I'll say this about you. You got it absolutely right about those mashed potatoes. Those some good stuff there. But French fries are above and beyond convenient. You can get French fries whenever. Like I said, it goes back to my point when I'm on a break at lunch at work. I can't go out and be like, oh, you know what I really want? I want some mashed. Can't get those mashed potatoes when you want them. You can get those French fries whenever, however you want them.
My statement is to counter what CJ was saying because, well, largely
Preach.
it's incorrect. You don't just have to make French fries in grease. You can bake them. And the reason you don't make French fries is because you don't know how, apparently.
Oh, I know exactly how.
Oh, yeah! Okay. My argument is that you guys started on a high ground of saying that you can do basically anything to them. You can dress them up in any way in regards to mashed potatoes and make them delicious. They can be their own standalone food. That can be said about French fries as well. I feel like, personally, your argument is a little weak, but that's my opinion. Now, French
You
fries
feel like
can
argument's
also
weak because
be a
we're on the
standalone.
opposite side.
No, that's it's again that might be that, but either all.
That's exactly that.
French fries, they can be their own standalone meal as well, and all you have to do is just put a little bit of something on it, just cheese and bacon over the top of fries, and that can be its own meal. I can name a number of places you can go and buy that right now as a main dish.
All right.
Rallies.
And yeah, calm down. Getting hungry over here.
So
I was going to say, I can find plenty of places where you can
how'd
go
it
get mashed
go?
potatoes at moment's notice, too.
Yeah. Anyway,
KFC.
that's done and over with. Okay.
So wrapping this up, am I acting as like the judge of who wins this per se?
Nope.
No.
I
Do you
think
want me
just
to
whoever
just-
listens
Maybe
gets
you
to
could just
choose.
give us your opinion.
All right. So
on
my
it.
opinion on
So
this.
you went
so
in
far-
neutral,
I
right?
went in neutral. Yeah.
Okay, I know that you were going to pick a side, but overall, you're neutral on everything that we're going to be talking about today.
I'm neutral on most things. Like I just like food inside me. That's okay. But anyway, I felt like there's a lot of like this could be everything. This could be anything you want it to be, and it's like couldn't that the other one be too? So we had a lot of back and forth with that, just being excited about food, and I think we're all just getting really hungry, and that's making it more difficult to be like logically minded.
I think it's because you're a college student, but I just ate. I'm not hungry.
I'm
Yeah.
always.
This is a
hungry.
passion project, not logic.
But I did this
When we talk about food, we go with our gut, not our brain.
This is something we can agree
That was
on.
good. That was good.
I do feel fries can be an entree because I work at a hot dog shop. I see it every day. People walk away with them all day. So yeah, you guys can decide in the comments or not. I don't run your life.
Moving on to the next topic,
And we're moving on to the next topic.
which is anime versus manga, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Do we have the same arbiter here?
Same arbiter.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
So, who's team who?
Devin, what you got for us?
Team anime, baby.
All right, I'm gonna be team manga.
I'm going with anime.
I am also team anime.
Okay.
I was gonna volunteer to be the arbiter, but since two people are neutral on this, I'm gonna have to join in. So I have to choose what I do more, which is watch anime.
Well, I would like grounds to argue, so I'm going to opt out of going first.
okay.
Okay. Then it is.
I think
Devin and CJ who go first.
I'm on their team.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, it's all
this is a
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Oh.
all.
Why don't you
Sorry.
just sound a little excited?
I cannot.
Okay. All right. I'll go, and then I'll immediately throw it over to these two because I'm the most neutral on it.
Sure thing.
I watch anime because it's a convenient. I'm not one of those anime snobs. I'm not like sub or dub doesn't really matter to me. I just watch anime for fun, leisurely,
You have angered
casually.
the internet.
I know,
so
right?
you know.
People are gonna throw things
People are
at me in
straightening
public.
up in their chairs, pushing their glasses back, maybe even standing up.
No,
I
not
just enjoy
standing.
it for what it is. Sometimes I don't always have time to grab the book or sit down at a computer, so tossing it on the TV while I'm doing other things is convenient for me. So that's why I am anime, because I just don't always pick up the book. That's it. I don't necessarily want to pay for it.
Go ahead.
I'll take one on this one too. It's not necessarily that I don't want to pay for it, but it's going out and buying it or ordering it off the internet that I have to get it for. When I have anime, I just pop on the Crunchyroll or pop on the computer and just watch it. It is convenient. It is the best of conveniences. But when I'm eating, I watch anime every single morning before work while I'm making breakfast and while I'm eating the breakfast. I can't do that while I'm reading the book. I'm like, I hope I don't spill anything on it. Ugh, damn it. No. And the main thing I love about anime over manga is the animation. Now, I know.
Did you just say manga? How dare you get out of my house?
Manga.
We'll call it
My
mangoes
house.
if you're not careful over there, Hunter.
My main point is I love the animation of anime over manga for those of you. And it's just that I know manga goes in far more detail, but it's just watching it move. I guess that's the part of me, the little kid part of me that loves it. Watching a fight scene at high speed. Manga can't properly convey that like anime would.
Killing the smalls.
I actually agree completely with that last point. That's the biggest reason why I prefer anime over manga is because I love both. Both are fun. But when I'm watching anime, the animation is what really sells it for me. That's what draws me in. You know, you actually get to feel like I get to see like what they're going through, and you get to just witness all the trials and the struggles and the battles. And my big problem with manga is great, but
Sometimes it's hard to convey
it's very
what's happening
yeah.
in the busyness of manga.
exactly.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I knew you were going
especially like during like the high octane battles and stuff like that. Sometimes it's hard to really follow what's going on. I mean, I'm sure there are definitely people out there who obviously can follow it well enough, but me personally, I'm a visual learner, and basically I'm like, I don't really understand what's going on here. I understand things are happening, and now he's standing over here victorious, and I don't really know what move he just
glad
did.
he won.
Yeah.
I'm
but-
so glad he won, and he will explain it to me over the next 3 pages what he just did.
Yeah.
But I did not see it because it was just a bunch of star effects like just drawn. And I'm just like, what happened? It was like swish lines and draw effects. With animation, you get to see the actual progression of the battle. You get to see how they accomplished the big super
All right.
I like to
ultra
watch.
move.
All right. So
All right.
we gotta get you back in here.
Two things here. First
Sure
and
thing,
foremost,
bud.
I'd like to start with a little bit of precursor. I myself, as a day job, what I do for a living is a storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
I adore reading. I actually use it to get away from my job sometimes. It's what I need to humanize myself instead of feeling like a slave to my own stories. So I read to get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit different than most people. That being said, I need to counter something that CJ said.
Okay.
I know that I did this last time too.
Yeah.
But anime is just many more slides of manga rapidly slapped together. It's just fast manga. Now I bet you're the filthy swine that also watches subtitles too. Or no, you watch dubs, don't you? You're that kind of swine. You watch dubs. You don't
Which
read
one?
subs.
Swine out
I
of the
watch
way.
both.
But which one?
I watch both, but I would say
Okay.
I do prefer dub, but it's only because I read slow, so I have trouble keeping up with the subtitles.
And don't confuse that.
But
He reads a lot. He just reads slowly.
I just read slowly,
The reason,
but I do watch both dub and sub.
That's the reason I couldn't watch Kill a Kill because the subs on that were like,
I read fast, so I know that it's going to be very different than a lot of people. I read very fast, and I have an incredibly active imagination, which was what I was going back to with
Yeah.
my job. I
Okay.
view things visually much different than a lot of people, and when I read a manga or a book, I don't just read it per the line. It's an active movie going on in my head. So as something is being described, I see it live and in motion. And even when I see the slides in manga, I see it. But the reason I prefer manga over anime is that they're not afraid to pull their punches. Like they don't pull a punch at all in manga. Like they use the explicit curse words. Like in mainstream anime today, like aside from just this recent bit of things that have been hitting Hulu,
It's less often.
it's
less often.
It's filtered. They take things out, and that also.
Now, are you referring to the original content as in sub content, or are you referring to like dub content where it's already gone through Funimation or it's gone through some sort of...
gone through Funimation? Because that's the only way that these guys are mostly seeing it is that
That's
it's
true.
gone through these studios. Crunchyroll is I don't know if they go through Funimation.
No,
I'm not entirely sure.
no, they can't actually. They are completely separate because they can't take anything from Funimation.
Gotcha.
Funimation operates as an independent.
Everything that we see on Hulu is from like Funimation or Daisuke, and those are the big two studios that we see from, and it's filtered.
Yeah.
It's mainstreamed, and there's a lot of information that is lost, and I feel like you lose raw content when you're switching from the manga to the anime because you don't get to see how explicit they can be when explaining the situations. Now,
Okay.
I understand and I can respect their opinions on why they believe that the anime is better because of the high octane moments. I see that. And I agree. There are moments that cannot be equally conveyed in manga, such as in Naruto at the Falls, when Naruto and Sasuke were children.
yeah,
Yeah.
That was
Probably the best fight in
peerless animation.
Yeah.
That was done so well.
beautiful.
It made me. I was very sad that they couldn't convey the same information in the manga. That being said, they didn't do a terrible job in the manga at all. Like I thought it was great, and the way that I picture these things when I'm reading them and then when I'm watching them, I feel like I've already seen it.
Yeah. And also too, it can be a matter of the creator has had more time to like think about this and potentially improve on the design he's already made.
They can perpetuate the designs
So,
into something larger
yeah.
or better.
There is also something to consider on both sides in that the two tend to be rather connected. Manga can become anime rather consistently just because the industry is not too concerned with original.
Sure.
And mangas can be sort of spout out as continuations of anime, which became very popular, but the studios were not able to explicitly continue on.
I wanted to bring another point, which isn't so much a way to deviate away from anime, but that I sit in front of a computer screen oftentimes 8 to 10 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like to be in front of a monitor or a television that often. So I take the time to get the manga or the books or the comics that I'm reading, and I'll sit away. Like I'll sit on somewhere on the couch or in my office or in the bathroom or wherever's convenient. Yeah, it's my books. I bought them. I can go shit and read if I want to. Please don't judge me. But
Judging you extra
these are-
hard.
Everyone poops.
yeah,
Everyone
that's
poops.
right. That's right. Except for that one guy. We don't talk about that one guy. But
He's a freak.
that's why I
Dan.
enjoy it so much more, because it gets me away from my
Mm-hmm.
work life and I get to envision someone else's vision. Like I get to
Yeah.
see it from their perspective. And that's why I love it so much more, because I'm viewing it in live action like it's a movie running in my head, though I'm not just vegging out on TV watching
Okay.
it play before me.
So, going into... Or you have a question?
I got a question for you. Do
Go,
you
go
think-
ahead.
Do you think that if you didn't sit in front of the computer screen as much as you did, would you still feel the exact same way about reading it as you would when it comes to watching it?
I don't think so. Because it allows my creativity to actually get up and exercise. Because more often than not, I find that people that watch television intently so, they lack a lot of premier motivation for creativity. And that's not to say that people who watch television don't have creativity, but I allow myself the opportunity to exhaust my creative mind by reading and by writing and doing things like that. Other people do that as well, but I feel like if you're stuck sitting down watching TV all day, then you don't really feel accomplished. And I feel like the mainstream media has completely deteriorated the values of reading. And you learn a lot while reading as well. Like, a lot of people just forget that. You can increase the sheer size of your vocabulary just by reading a single book or reading 20 pages a day. And I feel like that's necessary for continued growth in our society. People still need to keep reading, even if it's just comic books.
All right, so you're going on a little long, so we're going to go into closing arguments. I'll say 2 points on either side. For one, you had mentioned that you thought of anime as being manga just really fast. As someone who does film, not very accurate, at least in terms of how people experience it.
Traditionally, no, it's different, but I was making reference to vintage animation.
Sure, that's fine. The idea of motion in general adds a bit of clarity to certain elements. It can obviously cause things to have a different pacing and develop it very differently, but that in and of itself is a very confusing thing to actually sort of interpolate. Something on the side of anime versus manga is that anime typically, due to the studios and which are entirely factored in here, can tend to, again, be derivative works. They're always less detailed because it's impossible to have the same detail consistently because you're having people work on 12 frames every second. So with that in mind, go ahead and start closing arguments.
Like I said, I was a bit more of the neutral. I watch anime over reading manga, simply because, one, I don't have all of the expendable resources to go out and just buy all the books that I want. I know you can find it online, but I have just a laptop that I don't have like a little Wi-Fi card for, so I have to sit down, plug it in, and hunt it online. That's the process I would have to go to, versus finding some dubbed anime that I can toss on while I'm working on some other stuff or while I'm eating, just to relax and not have to do the reading after I've been at work all day. That's why I watch anime over reading manga, because it's a relaxation point for me. I don't fangirl like other people do. It's just a relaxation thing that I enjoy. I do watch subs if there's something good out, like I'm really interested in, but that's why I do dub, because it's just a relaxing time for me to enjoy adult cartoons.
And go, CJ.
All right, so I agree completely with your point about being able to like read something and basically imagine. You like flex your creativity and your imagination. I get that all the time whenever I'm reading a novel. Like, I can read, and as I'm reading through it, I am picturing that as we go.
Me too.
My problem with doing that with manga is always because it's broken up, like from page to page, so you have to stop and flip to continue the action
or load
and stuff
in a
like
page.
that.
Yeah.
So it breaks up the action for me just because the way that the frames are and stuff like that. Which, I mean, I still very much enjoy manga. Don't get me wrong. I have read all of Naruto, and I've watched, well, up to date with Naruto. And I still like the animation, because as much as I do like to flex my creativity and try to imagine it, but with the manga, as it seems to just the pictures seem to be like basically kind of stop motion for me. When I'm watching animation, it is fluid. I can see how it's seamless and it goes smoothly, and I can be like, that's really awesome. And also sometimes with manga, sometimes the way that they draw some of those action scenes, they don't actually explain what's going on. They just and Naruto zooms and does a Super Rasengan.
I would like to point out that they've been doing that in anime for a long time. You can date it back to Dragon Ball Z, when they got lazy in their animation and they just drew lines on the screen and made
it's at that point, to be fair, they dug themselves into a hole, because they're like, we keep going faster. It's like they can't go any faster. We can't see them. It's like, just stop being able to see them. Shit will blow up behind them. That's how fast they're going.
Yeah. But yeah, I get that, but I mean that makes it kind of hard when they're just drawing lines to signify that somebody's teleporting or running super fast.
I feel like it's incredibly smart of the creators of One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Because they only have to ever draw one punch.
No, the best thing is that was made by a dude who was just making a webcomic, and he is not an artist. He is not a very good artist at all. Go look at the original thing. But someone got it, and they're like, "Holy shit, dude! I want to draw this."
Topic.
And the dude who's fucking drawing it now is amazing. And they're like, "We need to make this an anime."
Hunter, arbiter yourself.
Arbiter.
You're getting off topic.
I'm just saying, I really like One Punch Man.
I think we all,
In
everyone
both
at
forms.
this table likes One Punch Man.
Good, Devin. You'll be the final statement.
All right. What I have to say, in my
I was
closing
pointing at
arguments-
Bub.
Devin, go.
Go ahead,
So my
Devin.
closing arguments is that I've read manga and I used to read a lot of books as a kid, and I recently started reading a lot of comics now, and it plays the same way as I believe manga does in your mind. When I'm reading it, it's one scene to me. But I personally like the way that my mind processes fluid action through animation. Like one scene in particular to this day, and it's been a long time since I watched it, Naruto versus Pain, when Pain attacked the village. And that motion, that sense of speed, the sense of speed that I got from watching it, I remember every single frame of it to this day. And I haven't looked at it in, I want to say, almost a year, if not a year. And with manga's a little bit tricky for me because I have the pictures there. And it's different than reading a book with no pictures because I formulate the pictures in my mind. I'm like, all right, I got nothing to work off of here. So my mind works overdrive on it. But I like the way my mind processes animation through the eyes, like fluid animation through the eyes,
As opposed to through the ass.
Yes.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Always.
All right, you're up, bub.
I personally love how my ass processes animation.
I've seen plenty of animation, so some of it just goes. Go ahead.
My closing argument is not much different than what I've already said. But if I could, I would say that by purchasing manga, by similar to Naruto or Lone Wolf and Cub, you're not only assisting the creator itself, you're supporting small business. And I've never been like a big business kind of guy. So when you go to a comic book shop or something like that you support, for us, it's Android's Dungeon.
Yes.
And we support them wholeheartedly. So our money goes directly to that individual.
Okay. I thought you were referring to the manga industry, in which case I was going to be very confused.
No, we're talking about where we purchase our
Sure
books.
thing.
Where we purchase,
Go
it's
ahead.
supporting the small business there. So that's something that I would like to point out.
We go to our comic book shop, our
It's
local one.
It's our comic book shop that we enjoy going to, just to support them. But again, this is from the perspective of a storyteller and a dungeon master.
Yeah.
I need to step away from my computer. I look for moments that I can get away from the screen as opposed to looking at it for 7 to 12 hours a day. I have to find time. And I don't do a lot of cooking, so I don't have to worry about reading and cooking. And I don't read while I eat because I like to enjoy my food. I don't want to give my mind too many things to process at once. I want to be able to enjoy my food with all of my senses as much as possible. I cram potatoes in my eyes so I can enjoy them. I actually don't.
Do you
but
mean French fries or
Yes.
Don't you
mashed
dare.
potatoes?
We've
Actually-
solved this.
realistically, it's steak fries or potato wedges.
Oh,
That
To
being
be
said-
fair,
Yeah.
it's usually mashed potatoes, folks.
that being
Says
said,
the one cooking. He has no choice.
Yeah.
She's like,
that being said, I will always go to manga over animation, and I love certain animation. It's beautiful in its sense. I mean, I grew up on cartoons, and I think we all did, and my parents did as well. They grew up on cartoons more so than most people, but I feel like it's important to note that we started somewhere. We have our roots, and I need something to pull me away from my computer. I have to have it. If I don't, I feel like I'm wasting away, and I get to learn something. I get to put my own voices to these characters. You know what it was like reading Major Armstrong from Full Metal the first time, and then watching the animation? My voice was completely
oh
different.
God, it's so good.
Completely different.
Sorry.
And while I love him, I love
So good.
what the voice actor has done. Christopher Sabat is amazing. My voice was totally different. And the voices of Naruto versus versus Goku, it's totally different reading it versus seeing it. And
Have you
I'm
heard
a little let down.
the original voice of Goku?
Yeah.
Thank God they changed that.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
wasn't even a person. He was just like ionized energy.
Yeah, that's right.
Squeezed through all.
Like that was Goku, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Again, that's me. That's the creative aspect. I live in the creative world, and that's how I make my money. So I need a reason to read, and I feel like not reading will hinder an individual greatly. So cool. Stay on that.
All right.
I got a quick question for that.
Don't you dare.
No, that's closing.
Don't you have-
That's it. That's on. Mike's
It
off.
wasn't opposing. It was just a question.
You can have a question.
Oh well,
That's fine.
I was wondering, since you read so much manga, so much more manga than I do, and I'm guessing I watch more anime than you do you feel like watching it, or do you feel like reading it kind of somewhat sours the experience of watching it?
I will admit that reading it beforehand and then watching it is very different. I feel like that's the same with individuals who read a book and then watch it. Because I remember, like, the people who read Harry Potter and then watched it, they lost their fucking minds. And I feel like that's the same for any kind of show that happens with.
Yeah.
Like, they forgot this fucking point. Like Lord of the Rings. They're like, oh, they didn't do that scene with the rope in the woods and the lady.
That, to be fair, is a function of adaptation. Where it's
one artist adaptation versus the creator. Yeah.
We can certainly have an entire discussion on that at any given point, especially me. But so rounding off the closing arguments, basically, books are good for you. You should read. And animation's really pretty when it's all in motion.
And it's fun, and it's relaxing.
Fun. And so you can relax with either. I don't run your life. I'm not your mom. At least I hope not. So go ahead and decide in the comments which one you think is the right one, and let us know. And with that, I think we are closing off this discussion for today. So, signing out, everyone say goodbye.
Goodbye!
Goodbye.
Masturbators!
Have a beautiful time!